Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Analea and it is very wonderful to have you all here with me today. I really do hope you brought your favorite cozy drink and you have found a comfy spot to snuggle up so we can get started with this video. So guys, today's video is a little bit different. I just wanted to sit down, play for a little bit and just talk to you guys about something that's been on my mind. I did take a couple of days off YouTube and just to breathe and to reflect because I didn't realize it at first, but I accidentally, unintentionally overwhelmed myself with my own rotational gameplay. Let me explain. So, in the beginning, it was just, I had this multiple cozy households I really loved, and I really love them still. They are my precious, to be honest. But then I started to actually plan rotations for content, and I was trying to make sure that every family had a storyline, that every sim had an update, and every week that I have. Oh, hello there, buddy. Maybe we should. Oh, goodness, so many things happening. Yes, as I said, we are going to play and I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna try. I'm going to. Oh, cheerful introduction? Oh, sure. Whatever. And we're also going to just take care of, our little buddy here. But, anyways, where was I? So, as I said, I was trying to make sure that every family had a deep storyline, that every sim had to have like an update. I have to update you guys on everything, and that every kind of day that I had something that was worth posting, and every week, I would do like planning on the weekends for the very next week in a way, and somewhere in all of that planning, I lost that cozy, soft, meaningful gameplay that I actually made me, that made me come back to my game, to made me come back to my Sims and stuff. And yeah, I lost that spark. I all of a sudden I started to being overwhelmed, and I just started to play just because I had to play with them because, as I said, I wanted to update you on everything and stuff. And I'm actually going to wait a second. Oh, she has autonomy of, okay. So we're just gonna basically try to see what she does in a way. I won't be paying a lot of attention to her at least. But why is she standing? Okay, do something, Judy. So yeah, what actually happened? Okay, let's talk about it. Why that rotation that I really, really love started to just be and feel like, pressured. Um, I honestly didn't set out to make a big rotational series, It just kind of happened. I always wanted to have a rotational gameplay, and I love talking to you about my forever save file and stuff like that, or my families. But when I started, as I said, planning everything, just what I have to do and in what way, that everything, like all the time had, like, I had to come up with this big story or some drama going on. Hello there. What? Okay, this is new to me. This is very new to me. I'm just gonna delete it. I don't know what's going on. But what I was about to say, so I basically was like, I have to come up with this amazing story every time. I have to come up with some drama. I need to do this and that. And I started to just basically lose my spark because I just want a cozy rotational gameplay. And I also I just kept thinking, I need to play this family next so I can make a video. I should create something dramatic so there's something to talk about. I have to update every household so things make sense on YouTube. And the moment I started changing gameplay, just for content, everything started to feel very rushed and pressured. And at that point, you guys, I was not I was not having fun anymore. And not that I wasn't having fun anymore. I was just playing. No, I wasn't playing for comfort anymore. I was actually playing to produce something, to basically produce content. And of course I love making content, but not in that pressured way, because whenever I pressure myself, that's at least how I work. I'm so sorry about that, guys, but I'm type of person who loves to put their energy into the content they make. And I feel like you guys also felt it, that it was kind of pressured. I don't know why, but I feel like you did. And I thought that you kind of felt that I was overwhelmed with everything, because I was just trying to make up so many stories. And I love stories, I love backstories, I love everything about it. Like, I love when my families and Sims have their backstories and everything. But from that point on, when you have all of that, you just ought to play and see how everything unfolds, and at least how I do it. And when I was just doing it very rushed and rotational, I lost that flow, I lost that coziness, and in all of that, I lost the spark, as I already said and explained. So one day, or actually this weekend, I just sat down and thought, why am I forcing myself into a system I actually never wanted for myself? So basically, what I'm trying to say here, my gameplay has always been slow, cozy, soft, and in all of that, intentional. Okay. And when I'm like doing everything, you know, I love the kind of gameplay where just like this, just follow a sim around, decorate their home, let them, have their breakfast, fall in love naturally, not necessarily to be structured episode 1, episode 2, because that kind of vibe stresses me out. Of course, we're not talking about legacies here, okay? Legacies are different, you kind of have to have the episodes and stuff. But for the rotational gameplay, I love to just play with them, and if I feel like it, I will record it. If I feel like I want to play with Junie today, for example, I will play with Junie, and I'm gonna spend my time with her, and I'm gonna bring you guys along, and we're gonna have just like a cozy time with her, even if it's just watching her watch TV, and we kind of have a cozy little chat. That's what I want to do. In a way, if that makes any sense. I really hope it does. So that is the point where I kind of realized, like, I don't need every family to necessarily be a storyline. I don't need every update to be perfectly timed. I don't need to rotate household just because it looks organized. I was like, I have to, like, I even made a post, like, I have, I don't know, 6 current families in rotation, and I wanted to have a video for each family. And necessarily, maybe I wasn't feeling the vibe of that family. I wasn't feeling that I can basically, for example, play with 6 or 7 sims in the same household at that time, because it was very overwhelming to me. We just wanted to, play with Junie, as I said, and just watch her just do her things and manage only one sim, because at that point I wasn't having the energy to maintain all of the sims at once. And now that I talk about all of the things, guess who's here? Joshua. Let's create it because yeah, as you can see, they are trying to be a thing here. So let's just create him. Why not? But I really hope so far you gotta get what I'm trying to say. I really do. And yeah, realizing what actually matters, okay? Realizing that I uh, I love the families. I love my families that I play with. I love to create them. I love to create their stories and stuff. But once I like start to play with them, I love to play with the ones that I actually feel like, not feeling pressured because I need to. Like I started to do my rotational gameplays and episodes, where you basically maybe even needed to watch the previous, let's say, episode to know what is going to, or to know what happened in the previous one to actually kind of know what is going to happen in this one and stuff. And I don't like that. Like, I kind of want my episodes to be perhaps just one time episode, let's say it like that. Like, you don't really need to follow a particular story. Like, you can watch the first episode, or actually what I love doing the most is that in every episode I kind of go through who this Sims is, what is going on. Like, I don't have to go in such depth, but just say like, this is Junie. She kind of had a rough relationship with her father, and she moved away, and basically she's starting her new life, trying to pursue what she likes, her interests and stuff. Like, you get a general idea who Junie is, but you don't have to, like, I don't have to go every single time in the story. We can just enjoy, and that's what kind of important to me in a way. Like, I just want to enjoy playing the Sims and find comfort in the little details, because I just love, like, for example, there is something so much satisfying in, for me personally, to watch my Sim just type on their computer and do the things they like, to paint, to go for a walk, to I don't know, and go on a date, do yoga, meditate, read a book, journal. I don't know. I love that type of things. I just absolutely love it. And as I said, I love to show their little moments in a way. And I love to feel connected and inspired. I love to have that kind of spark that kind of keeps me going to go back to this families and stuff, whenever I feel like it. And this also brings me to a part where I'm gonna be talking about how I'm kind of changing my gameplay moving forward. I'm not actually changing, I'm going back to my roots, because if you watched, like, if you've been a subscriber on my channel for a little while, I already talked about this. I always like try to make a content out of my things, and of course I am making content. But when I start planning too much ahead, and when I start to plan too much and everything and anything, I just get overwhelmed so much, because that perfectionism in me kind of starts to speak out and go out, and I hate it, to be honest. Because if nothing is perfect, or nothing is as I want it to be, then nothing is good. So yeah, let me just take care of Junie real quickly. I'm gonna put her into her PG. Oh, Joshua is still here. He's kind of mad. I don't know why. But I'm gonna have her call just her brother or something like that. Just like chat. But yeah, okay, as I said, I won't be like changing my gameplay, but going back to a roots. Just enjoy, have a cozy gameplay and stuff like that. So I don't want to have that forced rotational gameplay. So I'm gonna be playing whichever household I feel like, and if I don't want to rotate, then I won't. Like, maybe, like, my all-time favorite family is Pancakes family, and if I want to only play with the Pancakes, for example, and I want to just play with them and make episodes about them, I will. Like, I don't, like, maybe I will have 4 videos just playing Pancakes in a row. Maybe I'll do just that. maybe I'll just do just that. And I think that's okay, because you will get the energy that is right in a way, if that makes any sense. If I force myself to do anything, then I will do it just to do it. I won't do it because I actually feel like it. And I feel like you can actually see the difference in the energies that I kind of shift and go and put out. So I won't be doing any more kind of episode style updates unless it actually fits. So I really want to orient myself in a one-time cozy videos, let's say, like a current household types. Let's just envision it like that, like a current household updates, because I love to play with all of my families, and then just maybe a lot of has happened. I'm gonna update you on a situation. We're gonna spend a day or two with my sim, just like I used to do, and that way I won't be actually necessarily forcing myself to do something that I really don't want to do, because having so many families in rotation like that, it's very hard to maintain. And especially if you like don't feel the the vibe that you want to go for. For example, with the dewdrops, I created the dewdrops because at that time point, I just needed to create a story like that, because I wanted to lift a little bit of a weight on my shoulders in a way. I mean, it might seem ridiculous, but I wanted a story about grief, about loss, about healing and stuff like that. And I play with them and I play with them, and I still love this family. I love all of my families, but I feel like sometimes all of that becomes very heavy and you did need a change of pace. But once I introduced them to you, I was like, now I have to keep them in rotation. Like, you guys will love to see them. And yes, you will. And you will see them, but it doesn't have to be like every single day that I record an episode about them if I don't feel like it. I really hope you get what I'm trying to say here. So, we're definitely going to be back to more meaningful, soft gameplay. So back to our slow moments, tiny details, hobbies, routines, vibes, kind of storytelling that feels like a warm cup of our favorite cozy drink. Guys, because I also did one thing that I think was a major mistake. I did put every single one of my rotational gameplay into one umbrella, which I called meaningful stories, and I'm keeping it. It's back at it. It's going to be meaningful stories, because again, imagine it like a series, meaningful stories where all of the episodes are just one episode that you watch and you are kind of happy about it. You're cozy up and you just watch and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm bringing the meaningful stories back, because these are all the stories that I want them to have meaning, and they're going to be my rotation again. So yeah, I'm going to update you, but they're going to be all in a meaningful stories, kind of one umbrella. And because again, I did just separated all of this serious, and that's the like, I love experimenting, okay? As you could have seen, I love to do a different stuff and try it out, and sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's not a good thing. I love to try to keep things fresh and change, but sometimes you just go back to the roots, just go back to the roots and just love the way you love the way you do things. Like, you don't have to change the things, which also leads me to legacy challenges. I just started the very veggie legacy, and I'm planning to start another series. Probably I won't talk about it, because just in case I don't do it, I don't want to get overwhelmed with that too. But basically, for the legacy challenge, I definitely want to continue with the very veggie legacy, or at least try to. That's going to be episode structure, so I will also play it when I feel like it, but when I feel like it, it's going to be per episodes, because I feel like for the legacies, that's the only right thing to do. So that's definitely going to be structured in a way with the episodes, because we do have goals, accomplishments, and stuff like that, and it kind of makes a sense. but also the gameplay itself is going to be still soft and slow and comfortable. I also wanna say kind of what I've learned from it and why could this be good for you too in a way. I'm actually sharing this because I know a lot of simmers do this too, or we tend to this perfectionism. We try to organize everything so perfectly. Everything has to be perfect, perfectly timed. Everything has to be like stories, depth, that we kind of forget to, just actually play and play our comfort game, play our favorite game. So I just wanted to say this, and I also come up to a video, or it popped up on my like YouTube, let's say, to about a concept of a lazy rotational gameplay, and I actually love that idea because uh, I love to keep track of something, even though I'm mostly keeping it track in my head. I love to write things down. I do journal. And what I'm trying to say here, I've heard of this concept, lazy rotational gameplay, and basically, I love it because as I said, it's a cozy rotational gameplay where you don't pay a lot of attention to a lot of different things. It's just, oh, Judy. Oh no, darling, go to sleep, okay? It's kind of late. So, as I said, like, it's kind of, you play intentionally, you play meaningfully, but in a lazy way, you just embrace the um, thing where you just play. It doesn't have to be so in depth, it doesn't have to be so organized, so perfect. Just enjoy and play and unwind with your favorite. What is happening? Why are you waking? Lecture about waking up. What is going on? And he's sleeping. Look at you, just lying about. Oh goodness. But yes, I really hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. It's honestly very important for me to for you to do actually understand, because I wanted to make a community post about this. But I was like, you know what? Sometimes you just have to talk about it. You just have to talk about it. So I decided to just sit down and talk to you about this because I do kind of feel inspired a little bit more to create content, because when you get overwhelmed, you don't want to do anything. And I decided to shift my focus on more in my forever save file in general, which was the idea when I started this 4 months ago, 5, I don't even know anymore. To shift my focus on forever save file, just going through it, sharing even potentially some tips or something like that, and generally inspire both me and you to play this game in a cozy, comforting way without feeling pressured, without discomfort, without, just without forcing myself into something that I really don't want. I don't want. So yeah, thank you so much for actually listening to this little rant of mine, and thank you so much for being here. It really, really means a lot to me, and thank you also for letting me be honest and soft and cozy. I honestly needed this. I feel like I feel such relief right now, because I just love to express how I feel, especially to you. I feel like I really need to be honest with you guys so we can build this connection in a way, because if I'm just not honest with you and I do things just, on a whim, I don't think that's a good idea, especially because we are a community now and I love to respect you as well. So definitely leave me your thoughts in a comments down below, because I would love to hear what you think about this. As I said, we are definitely doing this new concept of cozy and lazy rotational gameplay because we just wanna play our, or actually I want to, but I will say we we just want to play our favorite game, and that's basically it. Because me first, I love to watch videos where I'm just like playing my game, and I can just watch some video and pretend or actually feel like I'm having a friend play with me, and we're both playing our own games and stuff and save files. But it's so cozy and nice that you can just unwind with it, and to have me in your background while you play your game, that's like so nice and sweet to hear. And that's why I just want to accomplish here, cozy little space for all of us. And that's basically it. Yeah, so yeah. Thank you so much again for watching. Thank you so much for everything, you guys, and I will talk to you soon. But until then, stay cozy, you guys. Bye, everybody.